Hello!
Welcome everyone, we are the Grin brothers. Oh, he's just telling you about the Azure Knight we've already seen in the item shop because we popped into the item shop. Yeah, welcome everyone, we are the Grin brothers and we continue our playthrough of Shantae, Half-Genie hero, and Rafi's currently in the role of playing as Shantae. Oh, hey...
Honey melon. It's me, Grandma, bought two shameless before my grandkids off watching the movie picture shows. You think my hat looks well fitted?
Did you choose the quietest voice possible?
The grandkids should I need to find a new hat. I don't know, something more moderns. Moderns?
Is called for, I suppose.
Can you help me out again? Find me a hat that looks nice. I'll wait here, same as before. Do you have anything that works as a hat?
Scrap mail? A sword?
Cursed souls?
Cursed souls could work as a nice hat. And then there's this guy.
I am the Azure Knight! You were sent forth by the Crimson Knight to retrieve his regal headwear. I would not wield it to a knave such as yon.
Howevemstance! A word, I guess.
I just make up words on the fly! Fine vorpal blade, doused in tears of saddened newborn orangutan. Wine orangutans?
Yeah, well, we don't need to worry, we've already got it.
If thou art successful in surmounting his cerebral torment of trickery and deception, and then, oh my god, do you ever shut up?
Yes, we already had it. We've had it for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if I gave it to him just by stabbing it into his gut?
He'd have it.
You're both noble and brave, and so I bestow upon thine thy regal headwear as promised.
I'm gonna give this to a fish.
What?
Foxy grandma hat. I'm starting to think this is a phony accent.
Shut up, knave! You just gave me a...
Damn it, I hate eyebrows going through hair, and in that case a hat. Well, turban.
You found me a new hat. Yee!
Why did I have to say like that? Oh dear.
What? Yee!
He's
this what folks are wearing these days. Okay, if you think I should put it on, then here goes. Foxy grandma. Oh, sweet mama, I look hotter than a... Oh, what?
Fricassee tomb worm.
Foxy grandma. Word to live by. It's giving this old girl thoughts of springtime, if you know what I'm getting at. In fact, I feel a romantic song coming on. What? Are you... Where is this going?
Going like that!
Ah, mermaid bottle! Which lets us... Oh dear, that didn't go to plan. That mermaid bottle must have been stuck somewhere deep down inside. Oh dear. You can keep it. Cool, so what does mermaid bubble do?
I'm allowed, as a mermaid, to shoot bubbles. Yeah.
Destroy underwater barriers.
As a mermaid.
Okay.
Worrying.
So...
But not too much different from any of the other items. Ask around, there's also the bath towel lady. She gives you tips. Would you like a hint?
We already know about that.
Yeah.
So I assume we go there first?
I guess so.
What do you have to say?
Movie trivia. Have you ever seen the anime classic, The Little Bog Shank? It's a classic tale of a fish girl who dreams of marrying an iron slab. Fun fact, it's a true story. Fish girl's underwater cave really exists somewhere beneath the desert oasis. Okay, well we know the other place to go to.
Alright. I guess I'll go to the desert then.
So yeah, okay, so
steal
we don't have
mermaid's husband.
We don't have up the character roster anymore on the phone, but I can still basically talk about Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, no problem with my memory.
I'm looking forward to it.
I may forget.
Sky 5 physical copies got delayed.
The what?
The Sky 5 physical copies got delayed.
Oh yeah, a lot of games have been
Switch
delayed.
physical copies are not doing well.
Shadow of Mordor's the new one's been delayed as well to October.
Yeah, Switch games in particular seem to be under threat of non-existence.
Which is strange because games said that basically the Nintendo Switch were going to be their big moneymaker to actually get them profit.
Yeah. Well, the console has been.
But the games...
But the games just don't exist, pretty much. I mean, Minecraft was the worst situation.
Frankly, you've got a good chance with the Switch to actually get people to pay the sort of extra protection discount off the system, given that it is so gosh darn fragile and scratches so easily. Well, I say so gosh darn fragile, it's fragile for a Nintendo system, given a Game Boy can survive being blown up in a war and still be playing Tetris.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really annoying how much... Like, dust, it just seems to attract that thing. Like, I try to hide it from dust, and it just always gets to it. And even cleaning it, I worry I'm going to scratch it all the time. Oh. Wow. Okay, I wasn't expecting you to actually ever find anything. But yeah, I guess first things to talk about is the Capcom side of the Marvel side of the roster. Because that's gone basically exactly how I expected it to be. Though, oh wait, go back. I think I saw where you needed a break.
I'm just exploring this whole place.
I expected it to focus on the Marvel Cinematic Universe because they said they were going to focus on the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah.
And so the character roster for the Marvel side of things is pretty much every character expected in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, with exception to like one. You got
which isn't...
Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, Hulk, Hawkeye, Ant-Man. Got Captain Marvel, you got Thanos, you got Rocket Raccoon / Groot, you got Gamora, which is interesting. Oh, the other one.
Yeah. I wasn't expecting Gamora.
You got Ultron, and then you've got Nova, who just seems to... Yeah, here's also Nova.
Yeah.
Now, I am... Okay, I will say I am disappointed by it, but not for the reason people are expecting. Other people are disappointed, like, oh, there's no X-Men characters, despite them basically, hinting very strongly, we're not going to have X-Men characters. There's no Doctor Doom or such. Again, they have been hinting it very strongly. They haven't outright said it because they know that would upset people, but they've been hinting very strongly. You're not going to get the X-Men characters or Fantastic Four or any of that, at least at launch. You may get them as DLC, but...
No.
Don't put your hopes up.
We're not. It's Disney. Disney have got their hands on it.
My problem with the roster, and some people complain there's not enough new characters, which is like, fair enough, but Capcom don't have a great budget. Really, Disney should have given more money to make the game. I also feel the game may be getting a bit rushed, as it were, because usually Capcom don't release their games in September. They tend to prefer February.
Yeah.
So, honestly, I think it would have been better if they actually saved it for February of next year. They could get some of the DLC characters as standard. For instance, Sigma should be in the game from the get-go.
Yeah, that's a fun one.
Although I think that's just them being greedy, much like NetherRealm Studios has been every single gosh darn time.
Yeah.
Though, to be fair, at least Darkseid didn't actually appear in the story mode. Whereas Sigma's clearly going to appear in the story mode because along with Ultron, he's the main villain.
Yeah.
In any case, back to the Marvel thing. My problem is that they're not used... Oh, the other character I forgot from the roster. Doctor Strange. Yeah. My problem with it is that Marvel aren't using the cinematic universe to as great of a degree as I'd have wanted. Instead of Nova, for instance, they should have had Iron Fist in the game, because then they'd be representing their Netflix series. Sure, I'd prefer, say, Daredevil, because Daredevil's awesome, but I can understand if they went for, say, Iron Fist, because he's easy to implement. I also would have, preferred them representing someone, say, for instance, an Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. character. It would have been great if they got Quake in the game, particularly with how heavily Marvel are trying to push Inhumans at the moment.
Yeah,
and I think Quake...
they want to replace mutants.
Yeah, and I think Quake would have made a pretty good addition to the roster. A combo character I hope ends up being DLC is Quake and Dagger. Sorry, not Quake. Is
Cloak and Dagger.
Yeah, Cloak and Dagger, because they're getting their own TV series soon as well.
Yeah.
Of course, that's not coming out until next year, so I could understand if they were made DLC instead. I feel they could have made better use of their roster, their pool of characters. Not having the traditional, being restricted to just the cinematic universe shouldn't be a problem. They should have been more diverse for the roster as it is. Now, there are two, and also, I guess on a personal basis, to add more villains to it, I would have preferred Dormammu instead of Doctor Strange.
Yeah, but he would have just looked like a cloud.
Because they already had Dormammu available.
That's the thing, what people got to think is pretty much all the Marvel characters, except like Oh man. Yeah, I think to redo the models for. Because they got to redo all the faces.
Yeah.
Like, to be honest, it's kind of surprising they didn't use the... I mean, it depends how the DLC goes. There's the Chris Redfield from Resident Evil 7, which doesn't look anything like Redfield.
Yeah, they're not even using Resident Evil 6's Chris Redfield, they're using Resident Evil 5's.
Yeah.
But as I was saying, there's not much stuff to get in Hypno Baron's Castle.
No, it's the last area.
Yeah, as I was saying though, I feel they could have used more effective use of the cinematic universe by using characters from their TV series and such, and maybe change, sort of surprise people with some additions. For instance, I feel, and this is a rare case I'd say this, Loki would have made more sense over Thor in a rare situation. Of course, if in terms of going through and replacing characters, I would look at it to how Capcom have been making these characters. A lot of them are the characters from the previous games. Like if I were to replace a character, I'd take into account which one's from a previous game. Like if I were to add Iron Fist in the game, I would replace Nova, because Nova's a character who was also originally in the game. Likewise with Iron Fist, they'd take the same amount of time and effort to put him in the game. Whereas if I were to try to Quake should be in the game, well, I'd have to justify it by saying, okay, I'd have to take out one of the newer characters. In my opinion, I would have looked to Ant-Man for that, because he was already incorporated in Hawkeye's Ultimate. So he's already represented in a manner. I mean, I think it's better that he does have his own playable spot, but at the same time, trying to represent as much as you can with a small roster is what I feel would be best. There are two criticisms for the roster, two characters I've generally heard people say that I've agreed with people in regards to the Marvel side at least. That I've agreed with people saying these characters should have been, why are these characters not in? And the first of these, is Black Panther. It is really surprising he's not in the game. He's smaller than I remember.
Yeah. No, it was the other brother that was big.
He's still smaller than I remember.
A little bit.
Poe! Long time no see!
Hello, lady. I just can't get enough of this castle. Incredible, right?
Well, it's a little on the scary side for me, though I did kill its former owner.
Yeah. I can see myself sitting down in a place like this.
You sound a little troubled, Poe.
Well, I am dead, He's my pet. He doesn't get along with this place at all. He likes to run and run around here. I don't know. You just wander off and get hurt, Or you want him to have a good home where he can be happy and really get his wiggles out.
I know just the place.
You do? Really? In that case, here. Zombie hamster.
Aw, isn't he cute?
He is a lot of spunk, so make sure you've got a nice big hamster wheel to run on, okay? That's exactly where we're putting him.
Yeah, Black Panther, because there's a lot of people say you could easily basically reskin Wolverine's moveset onto Black Panther, no problem.
Yeah.
So technically you could also say Black Panther as a character who could be easily implemented, because although the model would be new, the moveset could basically just be Wolverine's. I mean, okay, yeah, you've got to question how he's shooting lasers from his body, but frankly, you've got to question how Wolverine shoots lasers from his body!
Wizard powers. Just blame the wizards.
And the other character I can perfectly understand because they have every Avenger in it except Black Widow. But I think that just has to be kept as a tradition with Disney, to always never give Black Widow the spotlight.
Yeah.
Because that just seems to be a running joke. They produce less merchandise. And she's the longest running of the Avengers, technically. Well, with exception to...
Ah, here's Agner.
Well, okay. The other characters appeared in the movies first, but she's appeared in the most she's appeared in the most movies out of all the characters.
She has.
I mean, I think that may be equivalent to either... I think that may end up being equal to, or more so in the case of Iron Man soon, because he does appear in Spider-Man movie. Yeah.
This place needs a poster.
I guess I could do it.
Yeah,
like an awesome poster. Abner? Yeah? Oh, it's the brains and legs. You got something for me? Coffee? Brains? Coffee with brains in it? Not really. Then get lost. You're a butt. You're a butt! So, why do you want a poster? Me and Poe are going to take over this old castle. But I'm concerned about this wall right here. It's screaming for a poster! Some totally awesome blacklight poster.
But why?
I don't know.
Like, the room's pretty much...
Walls don't usually scream for posters either. I'm a little worried. Give me a poster! Give me a poster!
I need a poster!
Yeah, it's... I kind of just want the joke to continue of, Disney mistreating Black Widow. It's just kind of funny at this point. Like, it's so obvious!
Painfully obvious.
I mean, you could argue her moveset's a little bit uninspired, but to be fair, you could kind of say them to say with Hawkeye. And as one person pointed out, one way you could have easily had Black Widow as a grappler, given how she fights in the movies. Oh, cool, she says the name as well.
Yeah. Sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, my choices in terms of replacing the characters who are currently there is... I'd probably have Black Panther as DLC for when his movie comes out. You know, I'm not a fan of DLC existing, but, I understand it. But I would have had Quake instead of Ant-Man, keep Ant-Man to an ultimate. Would have replaced Nova with Iron Fist. Again, I prefer Daredevil, but, I'm taking into account eye for an eye sort of thing.
Yeah.
And I'd replace Doctor Strange with Dormammu, just add another villain to the roster. Plus, I'd actually have a character to play as. Because I'm not angry at the roster, despite how I don't have a single character of mine in the game, except you could slightly count Morrigan. I can play Morrigan, but she wasn't really exactly one of my mains. I've got no Tronbon, Dormammu, no Hagar. I've got no Roll, I've got no Saki for obvious reasons. I used to play Taskmaster a fair bit. He isn't in the game. I may have ultimately one character, because one character I did play as in Marvel vs. Capcom 2 was Venom, and he's hinted to be a DLC character.
I have Arthur.
Yeah, you have Arthur.
And,
So, have you got
someone else.
Have you got anything to comment on in regards to the Marvel side of the roster? I've listed them all, but
I have no problems with it. I don't see why it's an issue. Everyone saw it coming.
Any changes you'd make, though? Within, do you agree with the restraints of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, or
No.
are there any changes you...
I do not agree with the restraints of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but it's Disney. How are they going to convince them to change it? Bye.
Is there anyone you'd add, though, personally, or remove?
Black Widow would have made sense, really. But...
It does seem a little bit obvious, what they're doing with Black Widow.
Yeah. But I wouldn't really say I have any problems with it. I think it's alright. Yeah, again, you got to think of it as a reboot, which people aren't. Damn it.
You couldn't cheat your way through the entire stage.
Oh, I will.
Okay. Well, that brings us on to the Capcom side of the roster. And, I guess things to comment on that, well...
That didn't touch me.
They've got 2 Street Fighter characters, to be expected, 2 Resident Evil characters, 2 Ghost and Goblin characters. Some people have complained that, some people have said that, they've only got 2 new characters, which is wrong. They've technically got 3, sort of 4, I guess. Because X is technically a new character. X was never in the previous ones. People think he's going to play exactly like Zero, except Zero had a sword, so I'm not sure how X is going to play exactly like Zero.
He'd play like Mega Man, wouldn't he?
Frankly, I'd have, maybe it would have probably annoyed a few people, but I'd have, much preferred. You know what they should have done? They shouldn't have had X. They should have had X over Mega Man. The mobile Mega Man with that awesome furry winter coat.
We all know who they should have had. Ban, 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 ban,
ban! Guest character in Marvel vs. Capcom, Mighty Number 9.
Please. Please let it be true.
You got, but the new Capcom characters, all the others are returning. Again, I can understand. Gerard, I can't remember his name.
Gerard?
But he's Darkstalker's character, a very unlikely pick.
Yeah.
Which, is interesting. He's also one of the main villains from what I've heard, so, I like the idea. X, you know, hey, people wanted Mega Man. They've got a Mega Man. Technically Sigma, though he's not part of the initial roster for whatever goddamn reason.
I'm going to go to one of the old levels because there was a... I think I've got the item to go through that black zone.
Yeah.
So I want to see if it works.
You skipped down the... Oh, no, you did find... Did you skip on the... No, you never went to the Desert Oasis yet, have you?
No, I did that.
You got the Iron Slab?
Yeah.
Oh. Wow, I zoned over that.
But...
So you have all the things already? But
yeah.
You think you're looking for the poster now?
No, you remember that,
What if getting all the sunken scrolls gets you the poster?
You remember that special area where...
Where it's pitch black?
Yeah.
You're going to try that again?
I think I have the ability to do that.
Okay.
And that was in this zone?
Yes, Cape Crustacean.
Because I've got sonar on the back.
Yeah. We're 20 minutes in, should I...
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So,
we might as well end it.
Yeah, so, cheer everyone!
Bye!
Oh, quick question though. Should we continue from here or continue from when you get to the Bat Sonar place? I guess when you get to the Bat Sonar place now.
It's up to you.
Yeah, so, cheer everyone!
No, because that'll be me playing, won't it?
Well, it'll be me playing at that point when you get to the cave. So you play now.
Yeah, no, the next thing's going to be you, but I'm doing this.
Yeah, should we show them you doing it?
No, don't need to.
Okay.
We'll just show them whatever... Well, we'll just tell them what we get afterwards.
Okay, so, yeah, okay. For reals this time! Cheer everyone!
Bye!